if I today get promoted to a manager or a senior manager, right, I undergo a training to take up that role. I am given necessary training to take up that role. But for parenting, nobody has ever thought of undergoing a training. कुछ रूल्स होते हैं, कुछ तरीके होते हैं जो हमारे सीनियर्स ने हमसे किए, वो हम अपने बच्चों के साथ करने लगते हैं. नेसेसरी ऐसा कुछ तो हमको दिया नहीं गया, ट्रेन तो हमको किया नहीं गया. Your little child never actually grows up because he or she is always dependent upon your inputs to take that decision. Go into a professional life, they have to take some decisions. They are incapable of taking decisions. They themselves, वो खुद उस सिचुएशन में है, लेकिन डिस्कस वो अपने पेरेंट्स से करते हैं कि मुझे क्या करना चाहिए. वो पेरेंट्स के बाद वो शादी करता है बच्चा, और उस शादी में भी हर चीज उसको अपने माता पिता से पूछनी है. They're bringing in toxicity into their new marriage itself. Obviously, your partner will not like if you keep checking everything with your father and mother. Where is your spine? Why are you not strong enough to take your own decisions? If it's a matter related to two people, you and me and my spouse, then why should anybody's parents be given a right to be deciding about the two, right? This toxic parenting, आज तो इसने शादी की है, अपनी स्पाउस लेके आए हैं और उसके साथ अब जो उनका किड होगा सेम उस पर भी चलेगा. तो ये पीढ़ी दर पीढ़ी जो लेगेसी हम लोग देते आ रहे हैं, इस लेगेसी को, इट इज नथिंग गुड. देयर इज नथिंग गुड अबाउट इट कि हम उसको अगली पीढ़ी तक ले जाएं और वही करते रहे जो करते आए हैं. तो हाई टाइम कुछ चीजों को गाड़ देना चाहिए, अच्छे के लिए गाड़ देना चाहिए, और bury them so deep that they should not come out. एक चीज कहना चाहूंगी, एंड आई एम गिविंग, जब हम अपने प्रोफेशनल लाइफ में अगर हम देखें, if I today get promoted to a manager or a senior manager, right, I undergo a training to take up that role. I am given necessary training to take up that role. But for parenting, nobody has ever thought of undergoing a training. कभी किसी ने सोचा ही नहीं कि कुछ रूल्स होते हैं, कुछ तरीके होते हैं जो हमारे सीनियर्स ने हमसे किए, वो हम अपने बच्चों के साथ करने लगते हैं. Necessarily not having an idol or knowing the right way of doing things. A parenting, manual ऐसा कुछ तो हमको दिया नहीं गया, ट्रेन तो हमको किया नहीं गया. तो जो हमने आगे से सीखा वो हमें लगता है सही है, जो हमने देखा अपने परिवार में होते हुए उसको हम रिपीट करने लग जाते हैं. और होता यह है, जैसे आपने कहा हेलीकॉप्टर पेरेंटिंग, यूर ऑलवेज अराउंड टू प्रोटेक्ट योर चाइल्ड. होता क्या है कि आपका वो कहते हैं ना, योर लव्ड वन, योर लिटिल चाइल्ड नेवर एक्चुअली ग्रोज अप बिकॉज ही और शी इज ऑलवेज डिपेंडेंट अपॉन योर इनपुट्स टू टेक दैट डिसीजन. उसको आपने इमोशनली डिपेंडेंट बना दिया है कि जब हम हाँ बोलेंगे या जब हम अपना ओपिनियन देंगे उसके हिसाब से आपका ओपिनियन बनेगा. Now look at the larger impact of life. That same child grows up to go into a professional life. They have to take some decisions. They are incapable of taking decisions. They themselves, वो खुद उस सिचुएशन में है, लेकिन डिस्कस वो अपने पेरेंट्स से करते हैं कि मुझे क्या करना चाहिए. वो पेरेंट जो सिचुएशन में है ही नहीं, शायद समझ भी नहीं पा रहे हैं डायनामिक्स क्या है. उसके बाद वो शादी करता है बच्चा, और उस शादी में भी हर चीज उसको अपने माता पिता से पूछनी है. They're bringing in toxicity into their new marriage itself. Obviously, your partner will not like if you keep checking everything with your father and mother. Where is your spine? Why are you not strong enough to take your own decisions? If it's a matter related to two people, you and me and my spouse, then why should anybody's parents be given a right to be deciding about the two, right? That is where differences in that person's life also start coming in. Not realizing, the person may not himself or herself realize, constantly checking back with the parents, that helicopter parenting that you initially did and that you made the child so used to it is the very cause it is bringing toxicity in the next generation, which is of life which they have begun. So it's a long drawn impact, and on the life it continues over a period of time. This toxic parenting, आज तो इसने शादी की है, अपनी स्पाउस लेके आए हैं और उसके साथ अब जो उनका किड होगा सेम उस पर भी चलेगा. तो ये पीढ़ी दर पीढ़ी जो लेगेसी हम लोग देते आ रहे हैं, इस लेगेसी को, इट इज नथिंग गुड. देयर इज नथिंग गुड अबाउट इट कि हम उसको अगली पीढ़ी तक ले जाएं और वही करते रहे जो करते आए हैं. तो हाई टाइम कुछ चीजों को गाड़ देना चाहिए, अच्छे के लिए गाड़ देना चाहिए, और bury them so deep that they should not come out. In Jerusalem, we've heard that the dead come back. We should not, we should not go there. किसी ऐसी जगह करिए where the coming back is very difficult. So let's bury that.
Okay. Very true. So another thing that you mentioned about toxic parenting was that if you are physically abusing the child, अब physical abuse में पिटाई भी होती है, but tell me something, we have grown up with एक दो झापड़ पिटाई तो spanking होता था, which was not considered toxic parenting in those days, but abhi true, you cannot think of raising your hand on your child, and the moment you do, we all know what happens.
Absolutely.
Of course, in India, you don't call child service, but like in the West, when even instantly the child calls up child service. But even I think children have become very particular about the fact that nobody, and parents are also not raising their hands. So tell me, बट फिर भी अगर जो माँ बाप थोड़ी पिटाई कर दे, अगर झापड़ मार दिया, तो वो भी टॉक्सिक पेरेंटिंग में तो आ ही जाता है. हालांकि अभी तो हम लोग स्पेसिफिकली बोलते हैं नेवर रेज योर, do not raise your hand on your children, because it is extremely counterproductive. Because you end up feeling, I don't know whether it's toxicity or not, but yeah, it is. I can say for sure as a parenting coach, it's counterproductive. Because A, you end up feeling tremendously guilty after raising your hand, and B, the child becomes stubborn. And वो बोलते हैं उद्दंड और ज्यादा हो जाते हैं, तो वो negative reaction. At the end of the day, you are only making up and pandering up to the child. So the entire purpose of raising your hand to discipline your child is totally wasted. So that is why for parents who are listening, I don't know, I wouldn't say it's toxic parenting if you cannot hold your hand, but please restrain yourself. Do not raise your hand on your child, no matter how much they push your limits, because it is not going to work at all in the long run. You will end up feeling guilty, and you will end up actually trying to make up with the child. So the purpose is totally wasted.
True.
Tell me now, let's wrap it up. It's such a topic that we could go on, and we would love to hear from our audiences also, who can share their views and their thoughts and experiences. It would be wonderful to take questions. Maybe we could have another round of in the next week again. Maybe we could take it up, and depending if you can share your thoughts and queries and questions. Punitha, do you think we could take it up again? We
can, and let me leave the audiences with an interesting take on it. Last 1 minute to summarize it. I work closely with people who are going through their divorce and separation. And when I was in the court, when I was going through my divorce, my father spoke to the advocate and said, आजकल divorce बहुत हो रहे हैं, because we were standing in the court, बगल में ही one more father-daughter duo was standing, another one. And my dad inevitably just, spoke to the lawyer and said, आजकल divorce बहुत हो रहे हैं लड़कियों के. And the lawyer reverted back, said, हमेशा से ही, ये अत्याचार तो हमेशा से ही होता था, आज लड़कियां बोलने लग गई हैं. Why am I trying to tell you this? That, and in this context of toxicity, parental toxicity, होता तो हमेशा से आ रहा है, जो आपने कहा, पहले से भी होता आ रहा है. आवाज तो आज उठानी हमने शुरू की है, समझना आज शुरू किया है. इस केस में भी हमें कॉन्शियस होना है. बहुत से पेरेंट्स जो आज ये देख रहे हैं, शायद अब्रॉड रह के आए हैं, उनके रिलेटिव्स हैं जो अब्रॉड में रहते हैं, और हमारा बहुत कल्चर का इन्फ्लुएंस है वेस्ट से. वहां पर जो चीजें स्टार्ट होती हैं, इनएविटेबली इंडिया में आती हैं, उनके लाइफस्टाइल्स, एक्सपीरियंसेस, और वो सब जो अच्छी चीजें होती हैं, बुरी चीजें होती हैं, बहुत सी चीजें, और ये कॉन्शियसनेस अवेयरनेस भी आज हमारे अंदर आई है, बढ़ती जा रही है, बिकॉज समवेयर people are realizing, even the kids are realizing their rights not to be beaten. They are also human beings, right?
True.
So with that, I leave it open to you. We can definitely continue the conversation.
Yes, we would certainly. And thank you so much, Punitha, for your time to take up this topic. And you amazing insights. You shared your
Thank you.
with all of us. So look forward to having you again in the next session. And guys, please share your thoughts on this topic. And hope you have a great weekend. Take care. Good night. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe and smash the bell icon so that you are notified when our next video is out. So keep smiling. Signing out here, Punitha Lakhani, Modern Meerabai. See you in the next video.